who's here. Welcome. Okay, are you gonna play on the network or just in your room? Fine. How many people are playing? Okay, player 1, do you have a name? Alright, that'll do it. Okay, player 2, what would be your moniker? Super, we got it. Okay, player 3, it's your turn to give it up. Great, that takes care of that. Now, do any of you 3 need to hear instructions? Brilliant, y'all know what to do. Well, I hope you don't choose that guy who looks like Chaka.
Player 1, choose your alter ego. Player 2, choose your alter ego. Player 3, choose your alter ego.
Where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hello there, and welcome to our Run for Your Life. Ow! Run for Your Life! It's the Run for Your Life episode! Hey, how are you 3 doing? Listen, if you 3 have the time, I've got the useless facts and trivia. Who wants it? Okay, screws all around. I'm easy. Now then, I hope you packed a lunch, because it's time to get started. Okay, do me a favor, hit your buzzer, and we'll figure out the value for the next question. Well, I'll be gosh darned. $32.50. This category is Save the Treehouses. Pencils ready. Let's do it. How would environmentalist Julia Hill most likely prevent a lumber company from cutting down the Keebler Elves treehouse? She would sue the lumber company, she would destroy all the saws, she would move into the treehouse, or she would try to buy the forest. All yours, player 1. Environmental activist Julia Butterfly Hill lived in a tree named Luna from 1997 to 1999 to protest a lumber company's deforestation. I don't know, maybe I could see that. Living in the Keebler treehouse would be a lot of fun. You'd have all those cookies and crackers, and when you get bored, you could tie all the elves together and make them sing show tunes. Go ahead and choose a value. The reward for this one is $6,000. Let's have a big warm welcome for Disaster is his middle name. Okay, heads up, this one is a fill in the blank, so buzz in and type your answer as soon as you know it. Which president served during the eruption of Mount St. Helens, the 3 Mile Island nuclear accident, the Iran hostage crisis, and, not surprisingly, created the Federal Emergency Management Agency? Player 2, go! All that crap happened during the presidency of Jimmy Carter. No wonder he created the Federal Emergency Management Agency in '79. Of course, none of those things gave Carter as much experience dealing with disaster as he already had from dealing with his brother Billy. Value time. The total value for this one is $27.50. Well, look what I found. Preparedness for Losers 101. All right, let's see who is listening. What does FEMA stand for? Federal Emergency Management Association, Federal Emergency Medical Association, Federal Emergency Management Agency, or Federal Emergency Managers Agency. Oh, I love this job. Player 2, grab it! Thanks for paying attention. You got it. That's very good. If this were an actual emergency, you'd be the one responsible for dragging all the dumb kids to safety. Grab that value. And this one's gonna be worth $3,500. This one's called Programmable Presidents. Once again, it's time for Robot Theater! On today's episode, a robot thespian will be reciting a famous historical quote. As always, please hold your applause till the end. Take it away, robot.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself, and rain, and of course rusting.
Okay, alright, that's enough.
Storms,
Stupid robots can never stick to the script.
Insects, and maybe aluminum siding salesmen.
Quiet. So, tell me, who uttered this famous line? Douglas MacArthur, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Winston Churchill, or Theodore Roosevelt? Player 3, do it! Why, these famous words were uttered by none other than FDR. In fact, those words were so popular that FDR started applying them to everything. Like his less popular quote, "The only pie we have to fear is blueberry." Time to pick a value. Hey, player 1, you got the highest value. Guess what? You're going on a this or that, player 1. Players 2 and 3, pay attention. This this or that category name is A Lemon and Garlic Stormfront is Coming. Now I'm going to read off 7 things, and you have to tell me whether each one is a weather storm or a Middle Eastern dish. As you see each one, if it's a kind of storm, press 1. If it's a delicious Middle Eastern dish, press 2. And if you want to skip one, press 4. You're going to earn money for each correct answer, and you're giving me some cash for each one you get wrong or you don't get to. All right, I'm putting 30 seconds on the clock, and we're off. Falafel store. Raupel. Kebab. Haboob. Monsoon. Hummus. Last one. Tabbouleh. That'll make 7. All right, so you picked up 5. It's not the best you could do, but let's take a look at this. Hey, every little bit helps. Grab a value. Oh yeah, I love to see this. $13,000. This one's called A Time to Chill. Okay, free your mind. Bad boy. What did Matthew McConaughey do when they came for him? Ran outside wearing only pink high heels, slapped a cop, tried to make a getaway in his Ford Bronco, or continued his naked bongo playing. Tell you, player 3. McConaughey's bongos were banging. And he was playing the drums, too. You know, at least the guys who get arrested on the show Cops have the decency to put on soiled undershirts. Buzz in for your amount. For this one, I'll give you 2,500. I'm calling this one Trucking Down to Prison. It's time. If Dr. Richard Kimball mistakenly thinks Jerry Garcia killed his wife, whom will he be chasing? The no-legged man, the one-eared man, the three-toed man, or the nine-fingered man? Player 3, have at it! Jerry Garcia lost his middle finger on his right hand in a childhood accident. You got to find this nine-fingered man.
Oh, chill out, man. I got a couple extra tickets to the show next week. I'll sell you one. But do that thing with your mouth again first.
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything with my...
Oh, yeah, that's it. Cool.
Buzz in for the amount. Well, damn, this makes for a nice little prize. $8,500. For your enjoyment, incontinent cattle. Why, say, look everybody, it's Pecos Bucky, and he's back from vacation.
That's right. I went running with one of them there bulls over there in Spain. Tried to lasso me one. Big feller. Woo!
Wow, Bucky, that must have been great.
That running bull I lassoed? Turned out he had the runs.
Oh.
Stinkier than a dead skunk wearing a dirty diaper in the slaughterhouse. Woo! Anyway, since one of them running bulls had the runs, what city was full of BS? Is it Verona, Corona, Pamplona, or Sonoma? Woohoo!
Take a shot, player 2. The running of the bulls takes place each year in Pamplona, Spain. Followed shortly thereafter by the hosing down of Pamplona.
Yeah, it's the best part. Whole darn city gets to be one big slip and slide. Woo!
Get away from me. Pick a value. Okay, now we got a game. $82.50. The category is separating the men from the poultry. Now, have you ever noticed in those natural disaster movies, there's always one guy who runs away like a chicken when the stuff goes down? Well, how about this? If that guy literally ran away like a chicken, which of the following would be true? He'd run away at half the speed. He'd be propelled by an extra toe. His knees would bend backwards, or he'd hop on both feet. Player 3, have at it! The knee joint on a chicken bends in the opposite direction of the human knee. And remember, kids, the chicken's shin bone is connected to the chicken's knee bone. The chicken's knee bone is connected to the deep fryer. The deep fryer is connected to the outlet, which makes the chicken taste so yummy. Go ahead and pick an amount. The value of this question comes to $72.50. What in the... I can't read this.
It's time for...
Just buzz in and start typing when you figured it out. If you move quickly, you can earn more cash. We're going to start this question out at $72.50. Okay, see if you can unscramble this phrase. Frog Stumper. I'm pretty sure it's a character from a movie. He wasn't real bright, but he sure could run like the Dickens. There you go, player 3. Type in that answer and hit return. Yep, Forrest Gump, the man who taught us that any idiot can succeed. You owe a lot to that man, don't you? Pick an amount. The value for this question is $52.50. Well, if it isn't my old friend. What'd you say? So, I got a new t-shirt, but it's got this weird Bible verse on it. See if you can figure it out. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. I'm sorry, it's on the back, so it's hard to read. Nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. What does that mean? He who dies with the most toys wins. Respect my authority. Life's a crapshoot, or why must I be surrounded by frickin' idiots? Player 3, do it! I see, you can't count on anything. It could all go to hell in a handbasket in a minute. Gee, you know, it sort of reminds me of Jesus' last words to his apostles. Love thy Lord, life's a beach, and have a nice day. Pick any amount. Okay then, what do you think about this? $7 grand. You feel like smashing a couple of bugs? You're about to bug out. Now don't forget, all you gotta do is buzz in to squash the bugs that don't belong. And you'll be working up to a final round value of $7 grand. Fire! Fire! Just kidding, I'm kidding. Let's get on with it. Scooby-Doo characters, buzz in when you see one that's not.
Velma. Shaggy.
Atlantic hurricanes in 1999. When you see one that wasn't, buzz in. People who ran for president. Brands of sneakers. Famous serial killers. Olympic track events. Stinging insects. Nice job, player 1. Players 2 and 3, in your face. Buzz in for the value. Well, looks like we hit the jackpot on this one. $8,500. Get yourself ready for Love Sumerian Style. Okay, I've been looking at a really old newspaper here. Why don't you listen to this and see if you can tell me what character from mythology placed this personal ad. Single Sumerian male in search of single Mesopotamian princess and cuneiform tablet on which to write my 4,000-year-old epic. Noah was in a kiddie pool compared to the flood in my story. Love will be ours. The great god wills it. Interesting. Now, who placed the ad? Gilgamesh, Gargamel, Grendel, or Mahabharata? Player 3, have at it! Player 3, who's getting the pointy end? Looks like you're gonna have to answer it, Player 1. Gilgamesh is the hero of a Sumerian legend discovered on stone tablets dating back to 2000 BC, which tells the earliest known version of the Great Flood story. Which is not yet quite as old as the original Honey, I Have to Work Late story. Hey, Player 3, I think this belongs to you. Pick a value. This question comes out to around $32.50. Up next, single white female seeking sport utility vehicle to ride. It's go time. If you were fleeing police, for example, on a Los Angeles freeway in let's say a 1994 Ford Bronco, white, what kind of mileage could you expect? 10 miles per gallon, 17 miles per gallon, 24 miles per gallon, or 33 miles per gallon? Player 2, grab it! If you were ever involved in a high-speed chase in a 1994 Ford Bronco, you'd probably get about 17 miles per gallon. Let's see, figure a 25-gallon gas tank. Hey, you wouldn't have to stop for gas until almost Burbank. Get a value. Well, you've made it this far. That's a good sign. You're almost through, but first, the attack. Now, you should already know all about this. Let's not waste any more time. Need a clue? The aliens have landed. Anal probes for everyone. Hey, pretty stiff competition on that one. Let's see who's gonna walk away with it. Player one's got it. Hey, player one, you really humiliated those other two. Maybe you can use your imaginary winnings to hire some imaginary bodyguards who can pretend to protect you from players 2 and 3. Oh, sure, you can run and you can hide, but